Welcome to Wild Out, THL's Wild Show. My name is ItsMeMikeV. I'm joined by Marty, Memnarch, and the entire F2L roster, excluding Ultimate. Maybe I should just introduce you guys one by one. I'm joined by Itachi, NejiBoston, and the Rotted Zombie. How's everyone doing?
Doing good.
Freaking amazing. Thank you for having us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I kind of wish my team was here, but can't really do much about that, can I?
To be fair, you really didn't have much of a choice.
Yeah.
You had very little say in that, given the way the matchups went.
Oh, it was a lot closer than you say. I mean, my match didn't go well, but before that, not like Well, either way, we'll just keep the show going.
All right. Well, we can move right into it and go for the recap. What do you guys say?
Yeah,
sounds good.
All right. So Ultimate isn't here, but as you guys know, the finals were us, F2L Viridian, versus ItsMeMikeV's Anoya team, and we took this 17-10. Ultimate's not here, but he did seal the match for us with a 3-1 win over NTG Squirrel. All we can really say about this is the dude brings Reno Quest Mage and just wins. We don't know how he does it, but he brings Reno Quest Mage all the time, and he always gets a win with it. It's magical.
He swears by it. It's awful. I don't understand.
Yeah,
Never playing that.
There's no win condition in that.
It's got yellow cards. That's the win condition.
Maybe.
Just confuse your opponent to death.
What are you playing again? I mean, it's supposed to be a specialist deck, right? But that's often a pejorative where it's something that's not very good, but a skilled player takes it anyway. In this case, Ultimate's just nuts.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
You could say he's the ultimate Reno Quest Mage player.
Oh my god. You could not say you did.
All right, show's over, folks. Everyone move along.
Well, moving on. Itachi, you want to tell us your match?
Yeah. So as the one player that lost, I'm very proud to report that my match was kind of it was fun. I consistently told the team that I didn't want to bring Big Shaman, and so I kept doing this thing where I'd be like, I don't want to bring it, and they'd be like, no, just bring it. And then I was like, okay, let's vote. If you think I should bring it, then react to this message. And then the entire team reacted, and I gave in to peer pressure like the high schooler that I should have been. And I ended up bringing it, and I was so scared to play it that I saved it for like very last, and it didn't do well. Duin also played very well. Duin was the first match that I had. Well, not the first match. He was one of the few matches that I had where I genuinely felt like this player was just more experienced in the format than I am experienced currently in Hearthstone. I know Duin plays quite a bit of Wild, so I give credit where credit is due. He played the matchups very well. He knew when and how to use his Zephyrs correctly to dismiss Ice Block specifically. So that's pretty good on his part.
Yeah, Duin's one of the best players in Wild, or just in the Wild series, in my opinion. And
yeah,
we saw how dominant he was in Standard series as well.
I mean, he won a lot in Wild while bringing Hunter every week, so like super solid.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Duin is like the only guy who regularly brought Reno Hunter and won with it. No one has really did that this season at all. So it's just mind-boggling.
Yeah. So I definitely give him super props for playing very well and winning some unfavorable. But I was the first match, and I was not like discouraged in the team at all. I didn't think we were gonna lose, even though I lost the first match 3-1. So.
Well then, Rotted, what do you think?
About Itachi's love of Big Shaman or about my own match?
A little bit of both.
I've been bringing Big Shaman for a long time, so I like it, but it's certainly an acquired taste and can suffer into some Reno matchups that can punish the lack of refill. Speaking of my match, it was a lot of fun. As you all know, the series was already decided when Mike V and I suited up, so it was more for pride than anything else, in which case I think we did a terrific job. It was a lot of fun. I brought my Reno decks that I like to bring, but teched them a little bit, hoping to catch out a Bomb Warrior maybe, and I think it went all right.
Yeah, it worked really well.
Yeah, I think well, we had a lot of fun. I think me and Rod had kind of talking before the match, and we had talked about having a Mechathune race if the match was already decided.
We did.
I did against that. Yeah. I think it was interesting choosing decks because like Rod had brought very consistent decks, and I almost felt like I knew what he was going to bring, but at the same time, they were decks that like I've been bringing. So like I didn't want to just change up my entire lineup just for the sake of like being different. So I kind of like brought similar decks in a way. Although he did bring Dark Lair, and I was expecting him to bring Reno Lock, and then I brought the Galley Warrior because he consistently brings Reno decks, and that was the only one deck that kind of win. I think we had a great match, and it was the last match of the Wild season, so I kind of wanted to give everybody a show. It just went well, and I think Rada is a great player, and I think I'll keep in touch with him because I think we're gonna exchange deck lists. We found a love for greedy decks.
Oh, no doubt. One thing that I took into my mind sort of as the season went along was something that Memnarch says all the time. One's death in Conquest is predictability. And so using that, I want to still bring my good stuff decks, the decks I'm very comfortable with, that I feel are consistent and perform well in Conquest, but you can't just keep slotting in the same stuff and not expect to get countered. So you have to make those micro adjustments, which I feel like I've been making throughout the season to change the pace and tempo just enough to really keep opponents off their toes as best as you can.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a great recap of that matchup. For anyone interested, we actually streamed that yesterday, so that'll be on the THL channel's VODs as well as on YouTube at some point when I think it's Dande that runs it, when Dande gets around to it. Either Dande or Saku. Whoever does the YouTube channel.
I think it is on the YouTube.
Alright, it's already there. So you can definitely check out the matchup there. Highly recommend. So next up was me. So I played Slate. So this matchup was 3-2. It was very close. It actually came down to a single Shadow Visions. So Slate brought Pirate Warrior. Pirate Warrior did very well into my lineup. Bombs are very bad for me. And Kingsbane Rogue, which I had brought, does not like Pirate Warrior. People see Pirate Warrior as like a worse Kingsbane Rogue, but the one matchup Pirate Warrior is better in is the Kingsbane Rogue matchup itself. So good on Slate for bringing in a deck that countered my lineup very well. He got an easy win with that. After that, I went on the attack, took 2 wins from his Malygos Druid. I kind of teched for that specifically. I also soft teched for Reno Priest. And the Rogue was able to pull through after he whiffed on getting Spirit Lash off of Shadow Visions. So overall, it was very well played by Slate. It could have gone either way, really. So I have to give credit where credit's due. He's a very good player, and the 5-7 record does not fully represent how good he is. So
yeah, not at all.
Yeah, and that's my matchup. Neji, you were the final matchup. Walk us through it.
Yeah, me and Yada had a super close series. He played extremely well. Every game was pretty close, except for one where I got a really lucky Reno Priest draw, where I got Raz on 5, Coin Anduin on 7, and I killed him with Spawn of Shadows on turn 8 from 30 HP. So that was pretty lucky on my end, but other than that, they're all super close. It started off with me almost sweeping his Reno Priest and then losing with Luna's Pocket Galaxy in Game 3. And then he almost reverse swept my Luna Pocket Galaxy Mage, but I managed to get the win in the 5th match with a discovered potion of polymorph off a Keysmith, which polymorphed his Aviana. And then that was kind of the match from there.
Yeah.
That is.
But it was super, super close. He didn't really have a choice, though, because he'd already played Geppetto at that point, so he didn't really have any other minions to throw in to the potion. He just had to hope it wasn't that, because if it wasn't, then I was dead that turn.
That's just unfortunate.
Well, and I think it speaks so to Mike's point that it was a very close series, score notwithstanding. Is very, very, very close.
Agreed. Yeah, it just comes down to those single cards, those single swing turns, and sometimes they just don't go your way. So,
Yeah.
I can't complain. It worked out for us. So,
Yeah.
and so that's pretty much the matchup, and that was able to get us the championships. Gotta say, I'm really proud of everyone. I know Ultimate's not here, but he's definitely deserving of all the credit as well. Fantastic player.
Yeah.
Man's nuts, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's not going to be with us next season because life. Yeah, life is getting a bit busy for him, but that's okay because we have other plans and we're prepared to come back as strong as ever next season. So, anyways, I do think you guys have a bunch of questions for us.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Go ahead, Memnarch.
Okay, so at what point did you feel the team could win it all?
Okay. I got the answer for this one. So, me and Marty played an alpha season of Wild with a third player by the name of SRL. And once we learned that they had switched to 5 instead of 3, and we got Neji and then 2 people that Marty knew that I did not know, which were Ultimate and Rotted, I instantly knew that we were going to win the entire thing.
Yeah, that's.
Good.
But like, realistically, I didn't know what to expect off the season. I knew we were going to be contenders. I didn't think we'd be the favorites right away. I thought it was going to be very close between us and Memnarch's team, personally. And seeing that they made the semis, I don't think I was too far off in thinking that they could go all the way. But I really felt like there was a difference after the halfway point in the regular season. We had gone undefeated. We were far ahead of any other team. We had basically enough points to lose a whole week, just get fully swept, and still have first place. It was then I pretty much knew, like, yeah, this is like a nuts team. We can get there. It's just a matter of making sure we keep this up, and we can do that. I don't know how the rest of the team felt, but I think that was the real point for me when I said, we're going to go far.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think that's exactly it. Each week we would come back, and even if we had a successful week, we'd talk about the meta, we'd talk about what worked and what didn't work, and we would work with each other to best anticipate what our opponents would bring and try our best to respond to it. It was that's how I knew we were just working so well together.
Yeah, it was crazy because we had found the ideal lineup. We took note from power creeps a bit, and then we figured, let's just bring the same lineup every week. It can't be beat. And then Druid got nerfed. So we had to start all over again and find that 4th class.
I had to think. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
There were so many weeks where I just went to power. Okay, full disclosure. I just went to like power creeps previous week and would like dice roll between Memnarch and Jack and just pick a list to bring.
I was wondering why
I-
you had DK Jane on your lineup.
Don't even listen. Hey, mind your business right now.
It did work. So
I mean, I literally saw your guys' pattern, and I was like, "This isn't a bad idea." The LPG, big shaman, Reno or Dark Lair, Warlock, and Reno Priest, and I was like, this is pretty solid. So started bringing that myself and winning with it.
How are y'all winning with Big Shaman? I just don't get it. I don't understand.
Yeah, it's a deck that no one suspected.
Accepting
That's-
Itachi's love of Big Shaman, all those
Yeah.
other decks are so versatile. There are multiple ways you can win, and if one goes out the window, if you're familiar with the deck, you can just adapt.
Yeah.
yeah, that's exactly what happened. And I feel like later on in the season, what happened was I decided to go through all of the decks brought this season and see what was working and what wasn't. And the decks at the top were Reno Priest, Reno Mage, Warlock, and then Big Shaman. And it was really weird because we weren't sure for a while if it was a Druid deck or Paladin deck or if it could have been even Shaman. And it took us going through all of the different decks to figure out what that unicorn deck was. It took a while, but we did find it. And Memnarch, I think you found it around the same time we did too.
Yeah, it was I think it was the same week.
Mhm.
Practically, we unveiled the same lineup. And we were like, when I saw that you guys put the same thing as we did, it's like, God damn it! Like, oh, that was supposed to be our secret weapon.
Yeah, it was very unfortunate, but
Mm.
we did some research and we came to the same conclusion. So it was bound to happen.
Yeah, the big
Oh, go ahead.
no one expected Big Shaman. Like, when I was like thinking about that lineup, like me personally, it's like, what does Big Shaman lose to exactly? Then I realized that there's only like 3 decks in the like, there's only 3 classes that Big Shaman loses to. And I was like, wait a minute, this is a 4-class format. We might be onto something here.
Yeah, and that's
So that's-
all it takes, really. So
Yeah. All right, guys. I'm gonna move on to the next question. Where'd you all get your names? If you want to start with Rotted Zombie and then go down and across the way we have. So Rotted Zombie, then Marty, Neji, and then Itachi.
I mean, I'll give you exactly one guess as to where I got my name. I've had it for 20 years now. I like horror movies. I like zombies. There we are.
Is it Rob Zombie?
No, damn it. You got it wrong.
That's exactly what I thought of too. That's pretty
No.
awesome.
No, like George Romero zombies, the slow shamblers. That's what I call myself, actually, the slow shambler.
I gotcha.
No, I don't call myself that.
and then Happy Goal was printed.
And that was a good day for all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Uh,
me, mine
Yeah, go
was
ahead.
pretty simple. I like hockey. I'm from New Jersey, and I'm a fan. And then,
Pretty unique.
and then,
And you are the
Nice.
only one that is.
well, actually, I had just a normal one without the one, but then I deleted that email, and I made a second one because I had a bunch of stuff from like a kid when I was a kid. So that's where the one comes from. That's
I always
literally
meant to ask, like, who else wanted that name?
nope. It's literally just one.
Because he's number one. I mean, what do you want me to say?
Yeah. As for the whole MartyB thing, that was because last season some
Yeah.
people tried coining me a nickname, and I figured they were going off my username to reference a famous player from the team I like. And
This is Martin
so
Br-
yeah, so I decided to take that, condense it a bit, and make something short and catchy. And it worked.
Yeah, I think I watched that stream. I forget exactly who was on the stream, but Yeah, it sucked in our team Discord, and Hero just turned into MartyB, and it's much easier than typing out NHL NJ Fan 1. Although sometimes I still call you NHL because
Yeah, a lot of people still do, but in
I just got
THL,
used. Yeah,
everyone in THL knows me as Marty, so whichever.
gotcha. All right, Neji. Oh, Neji, I already know where you got your name, but no, we talked about this last week.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
we
did
did.
talk about this last week.
We did. That's
You
right.
can just
All right,
rehash it.
I'll briefly go over it. So yeah, the first half is about like 8 years ago. I watched a bunch of the show Naruto, and my favorite character was Neji. So that's the first half. And second half actually also has to do with the NHL. My favorite team is the Boston Bruins, and I religiously watch all their games. So yeah, that's the second half.
Gotcha.
This is the part when I make a Brad Marchand's nose comment.
True.
Anyways, I think that leaves Itachi.
All right, if you just take the second half off of Neji's story, then that's how I got my name.
Fair enough.
Change Neji to Itachi.
Easy enough.
There you go.
So,
All right, Memnarch, you got the next one.
Okay, so how's prep and communication within the team each week?
I think we communicated
Did you
a
guys bounce?
lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it came down to mostly me and Ultimate just bouncing around ideas in everyone's channels. Ultimate did a lot of prep with everyone. He was really good with that.
Yes.
Mhm.
And then everyone else kind of chipped in here and there, helping each other out, supplying deck lists, giving ideas and criticisms, trying to figure out what each opponent will bring. And then whenever one of us didn't know how to play a deck, one of us would give a rundown, and then we would usually co-op a bit for a few days, like just for a few hours, I think.
McPally.
Yeah, Mech Pally. Mech Pally was fun. No one expects Mech Pally. It's actually
Never.
not as bad as you think.
Well, I remember a good session where you had me queuing up Druid, and you would just beat me over and over with McPally. It was really fun.
It's pretty good. So,
Sounds enjoyable.
yeah.
So from my perspective, I think one of the things that set us apart, which I can't exactly speak to it because I don't know the contents of everyone's discords, but I think a lot changes when there's not concrete large sample size statistics that you can just pull up at the drop of a hat and go, okay, well, this matchup is good for here and this matchup is good for here. With Wild, there's access to so many tech cards that even if you had a hard statistic or using the snapshot or whatever you were using, there's ways to skew matchups by enough percentage points to be relevant, and also matchup knowledge made such a big difference in Wild format as opposed to Standard that I think the fact that we had the ability to kind of understand what matchups were what and what we needed to be bringing and looking for in each matchup and tech accordingly, I think that set us apart from other teams in terms of preparation.
Yeah, I would 100% agree. Big ups to Ultimate for giving us a Luna's Pocket Galaxy mage list that was specifically teched for Malygos Druid in particular. We use that quite a bit through our weeks. And it worked almost every time, too.
Worked quite a bit, pushing the polymorph OP.
Boosting a Polymorph, Archaeologists, Explosive Runes, they all do the job. Yeah, it's...
Alright, so that means that you think Ultimate was your MVP then?
Man, it's so tough to figure out MVPs because Ultimate was really good and he was obviously our 1 seed. You know, I can't take that away from him.
The
But
whole
then you
damn
have-
season, yeah.
Yeah, then you have Rotted quietly just starting 0-2, getting used to Conquest, and then going 9-0 through the entire season after that, including a 12-1 run. Like, the fact that he's denying so many points to the other teams and sweeping week in and week out, just guaranteeing those 3 points was so massive too. Like,
Crazy.
Oh,
I
shucks.
can't understate this enough how much both of them contributed to our success overall.
But then again, we were all 8-3 or better. We all were bouncing ideas off each other to the communication question. It's really hard to say who the MVP was because we all were really putting in the work, putting in the time.
I can tell you that I was 100% not the MVP.
Me too.
I had a good record, but I would like I think the best that I can do is look at an opponent's previous brings and kind of determine what kind of player they are and say, okay, this is what I want to beat. And then they would kind of do this is what you should bring work. And so just knowing how to play Hearthstone, honestly, was good enough with those guys because they were so good at prep work. Where usually when I'm on a team, I'm doing a lot of the prep work. So it was good to have a team where I didn't have to do it all, or do as much, rather. And every seed 1 through 5 could prep, so it was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. They did so much help with the prep and everything. Like, I'm a standard player. I don't really play much Wild, but
Yeah.
I've played with a lot of these decks before in the past because I've been playing Hearthstone for so long. So I've like a decent grasp enough to play the decks. I know to play the game, but I mean, the prep that some of these players are helping us with it's crazy how much work they put in. It really, really helps.
I remember when when I understood how nuts that ultimate was, is when I thought that against Mechathune Warlock, I elucidated their Cataclysm and then just played it and dumped their whole hand, and I was like, yeah, this is so awesome. And he was like, you threw. And I was like, I did what?
Yep. I was with
told
them
me
on
the
that.
correct way to do that. So yeah, I was like, damn.
Yeah,
Darn.
Itachi took an early risk before the opponent got through most of their deck and elucidated early.
They were through most of it. I had to do it before they dumped the coin, or it wouldn't have worked.
Okay. But you did it on like 2 turns before you had to.
Like turn 6, yes.
So, it's fine. It all worked out.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So speaking of Itachi, what's Itachi's favorite deck and why is it Big Shaman?
Oh God, dude, let me tell you. There was this match I played. Okay, the first time I brought Big Shaman, they had convinced me that even Big Shaman was like viable, and I was like, okay. I kind of looked at the deck, understood.
the Chinese say it is.
Whoa! Who convinced you of that?
Yeah, they did. I swear to the, I got receipts, and so I bring the deck, and then I go up 2-0, and I'm like, okay, I'm cruising, and then I get literally rolled. I rolled every possible outcome. If you go watch the VOD, I rolled every single outcome for 3 games straight.
I casted that. I was mad.
And Marty was like,
very
I
mad.
don't understand how this happens. Like, how did you low roll this much? I've never seen it. And so later I bring the deck again in like regular form and not even shaman form. And it's crap again. And I managed to win. But I'm like, okay, like this is too close to call. I almost got reverse swept on this again. Like, we're not bringing this anymore. And then in the finals of all times, I'm fervently arguing against bringing Big Shaman. And they're like, no. Bring Big Shaman. It'll be fine.
To be fair, you didn't lose with Big Shaman this week.
I did.
Wait, I thought
This was
you...
my last.
No, you
the
went
last game
3-1.
of Big Shaman.
You went
No,
1
I
and
played
3,
Big Shaman.
so you never played it. Did you play it?
Yeah,
Pretty sure you
I
played
played
it.
it.
I was watching.
It was the last game. It was the final game.
Oh
Yeah.
no! Oh no!
So
That's why he was upset about
my
the Shaman.
my actual favorite deck is Reno Priest, and I did not lose with that deck all season.
Really?
Pretty sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't remember losing with it either.
Itachi's an Anduin degen. Raza on 5, Anduin on 8, Pew Pew.
I never had
TK
Raz on
9.
5 and Anduin on 8. Not one.
How about Roz on 5 and do it on 7? Have you tried that one? It's pretty good.
That sounds nice. All right, enough about Big Shaman.
Yeah.
So is there anyone in particular you're looking forward on or to playing again?
Yes, I want to play Pasca. I faced him 3 times this season. It was close every time, and it was so fun. Let's just keep going forever. I love it.
I like
Good.
to play in Memnarch. Memnarch was a good opponent.
Yeah, I'm down for playing Rami or Slade again. Both are excellent players. I would be very happy to face either.
Yeah, I want revenge on Rami beating me. Also, the first time I faced Dr. Bombed, he swept me, and then this season I faced him and I swept him. So we need a third match to see what happens.
You'll tie. Easy.
Yeah.
Oh, and one more player I would want to play again, Mike Lowe. I know he took the season off after a rough start because he had a lot going on, but if he comes back, I really want to play him again. He's just a great guy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he is. He's awesome. I'd like to play Mike Lowe again too.
So,
All right. I want to play Rada Zombie again.
Hell yeah.
Ugh.
Let's go. Right now.
Let's do it.
Or not now, but later.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if it was like, I think me and Itachi played 3 times.
Did we? I think you might be right. 2 times in regular season and then in playoffs.
Yeah.
I don't remember the records. I think it was 1-2, 2-1, something like that. 3-0.
It was
I don't know.
3-2, 2-3 every single time, I believe.
it was very
Okay.
close overall.
Gotcha.
Wait,
Yeah, 'cause-
did you win more matches or did I?
You did, because you won the playoffs.
Oh, okay, that's right. That's right.
So,
What is it with Ultimate and Reno Quest Mage?
I'll tell you. So his actual name is Ultimate God. And so he has this God complex of I don't have to have a way to win because I'm God. So he plays a deck that doesn't have a way to win so that he can perpetuate the notion that he is the ultimate God. And he continues to do it. And none of us understand it, but we just let him do what he's going to do.
he's adamant that Reno Quest Mage is the best deck in the game. The best.
It's as if he's like a Yu-Gi-Oh player and he's playing an Exodia deck without a piece of Exodia. Like,
Yeah, his deck has no pathetic cards. Like,
I mean,
there's no other way to
hit
describe it.
Vargoth. If you hit Vargoth with Potion and play Vargoth again, you get 4 Vargoths. So you're taking 5 turns in a row. I think that's how you... and
Seems pretty good.
Vargoth has 2
Value.
attack.
Yes,
And-
but he was also comboing off before turn 8.
Oh, that's not... Okay, that's decent, I guess.
Like,
He
the
believes
deck doesn't even play enough spells to activate the dang quest. Like, I don't understand. I was playing the deck and I was like, how do I finish the quest? Like, I have
gotta,
to
like,
hope that I
gotta-
can generate more spells.
Look within yourself, Itachi. The answer to the quest is there.
you get a brand and then drop the banana buffoon to get 4 bananas.
And you're halfway there. Like,
And then... and then
hope to
you...
have the coin.
You Potion of Illusion, the brand, the banana buffoon, so that you get more bananas again.
I would not have been surprised if
That's
Ultimate
bananas.
had pulled up with a Reno Quest Mage that had Lore Walker Cho and no spells, and he's like, I'm just going to get 8 spells from them.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's just... It was unbelievable how he would be able to come every week, just put Reno Quest Mage in his lineup, and then never lose with it.
Yeah, that's insane.
Like, he came in, and he would just say, yeah, played Reno Quest Mage first, won with it, and then went on to the other decks. We're like, how the hell are you winning with this deck? It's just mind-boggling.
It's Ultimate.
Gotta give him credit.
Yeah, hell yeah. All right. Memnarch?
All right, out of all the players you didn't face, is there anyone you hope to face next season?
I do have an answer
bring
to
them
this.
all on.
I actually do have one person in mind. I want to play White Delight.
Oh,
There are quite a few players that I want to play against. So I want to play against Jack. I didn't get to play against Jack, I don't believe. Rami, if he comes back. few more people.
I want to face my Tempo Storm mates and lord it over them when I win.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait.
Oh.
Excluding you, Memnarch.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's some rumblings that some of the other guys are going to be coming.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We don't, nothing official yet, just rumblings.
Yeah, I hear the hair
It'll be
club
fun.
is coming around.
Yeah. It'll be fun to play Mem. I have a tremendous respect for his accomplishments and his play, and I feel like it would up my play to prepare to face him.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I want to face Memnarch and Mike V.
I'll be completely honest. Like when I feel like I'm playing someone who's better at the wild format, I tend to. This sounds awful, but like take the game more seriously or like play to the level of my opponent. I do that a lot. Where I'm like, all right, this person doesn't play very much, and they don't play like wild at all, so I can just kind of, tool around for a while and eventually win the game.
So what
But
happened
when I'm
when you...
playing someone serious, wait, what?
Wait.
Before
What
you ask
happened...
that question, I'm gonna just tell you ahead of time to mind your business.
This press conference is over.
Okay, ask the question. What were you about to say?
All right. Remember when we were looking at the finals and we saw that you were going to play Duin, and you saw Duin was going to bring Reno Hunter, and you're like, oh, it's Hunter. It's Hunter. We got this. What happened?
Y'all said that. I never said that.
True, actually.
Look in the chat again.
Yeah, I was
Y'all
like, what
said-
does this actually be?
He has receipts.
Y'all Keck Leo'd all that, and then I got Keck Leo'd.
No, you can never take any matchup against Duin for granted. He is a hunter god, and it can happen. It can get you,
Which-
even if it is
Ow.
unfavored into other matchups.
I played Duin seriously, but life at the time that I was playing was very hectic, so I was not able to be invested in the match, and I feel bad because I wasn't able to give the match the full respect that it deserved. But I almost like skipped a complete turn because I was getting called away to other places during the match. So there was that. No excuses for losing. Definitely not making an excuse there, but I feel like I didn't disrespect him or his level of play because I do respect it for sure.
Gotcha.
Y'all disrespected that Hunter. I'm telling him. Doing it.
Mike, what's question? What's question?
Disrespected the Hunter deck.
All right, next question.
What emote would you guys request be added to the server?
I think we all know the answer.
Definitely Keck Leo.
The
Keck
best
Leo.
emote.
The best emote. The emote of the season.
Emote of the century.
Really is.
Doing THL a favor here. We're not gonna do a team emote. We're not gonna do a F2L green emote. No. We're gonna give you guys Keck Leo and you're gonna love it.
It's going to be great.
Awesome.
Man. So, what advice do you have for people looking to get more competitive in their wild Hearthstone play? Like,
I mean, there's a few ways of going about it. First one is the easiest, just ladder play. That's the most straightforward. There's a lot of people that like to mess around at low ranks, and you can farm them. You can do a lot of different achievements. It's pretty great. And then when you finally get to the higher ranks, you'll find things are much more competitive. And it's a lot of fun because it's cheaper in the long run. There's more variety in terms of how you can build your deck. And it really tests your deck building skills and matchup knowledge compared to something like Standard, where a lot of people just kind of net deck for the most part, and there's only a few techs in every deck that you can realistically add. So, beyond...
Yeah, I think what scares... Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I was going to say that I think what scares a lot of people from getting into Wild is kind of like the barrier to entry, where you feel like, oh, they're using wild cards, so I'll need a ton of dust in order to craft X deck or Y deck. But I don't necessarily think that it's the biggest barrier to entry in the world. I think if you craft the cards once, you have them for a long time.
And
There's
there's
a lot of
several
wild decks that you can play that are relevant for like a long time.
Mhm.
So like Reno Priest has been relevant for quite some time, and it's still one of the best wild decks. And like if you have the stuff for Reno, Luna's Pocket Galaxy Mage, you can still play a lot of standard cards and just play some of the more broken, like Pocket Galaxy itself, and you'll be more than fine, honestly.
Yeah, I think so. Outside of that, there's still plenty of other options. There's obviously THL, which is a great resource for learning the wild format. We do play it in a different way with Conquest, and it's pretty unique. But it also gives you a good idea of like what works, what doesn't, what's pretty good on ladder, you know. And then outside of that, I think watching streams is also a good way. And there's plenty of wild streamers, smaller than the standard guys, but I'm pretty familiar with a lot of them. Spoken to a lot of. I know quite a few people here are also familiar with them. Rotted being one of those streamers, actually.
When I have a chance, yeah. It's been hard lately.
Yeah, but he is one of those streamers who is pretty good as well, and it's a very nice stream. The whole WoW community overall,
Yes.
yeah, the whole WoW community overall in terms of streamers, we all know each other. We all hang out. We're all bouncing ideas off each other. It's just a very tight-knit community, so if you really want to join, feel free to have a voice, talk to people, and you'll meet a lot of really cool people really quickly. And they'll just accept you with open arms, bring you right in, and you'll get up to speed in no time in the format.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it usually takes like a week to just figure out what you like playing, and then you're all set.
Exactly.
There's a deck for everyone, so.
Yep. And you don't need to have all the decks. I don't even have all the decks.
Not at all.
At least all the good
no.
decks. I didn't bring Big Shaman a single time.
Which deck don't you have, Neji? Just for the...
I don't know. That might be classified information.
Mm.
I also do have a lot of dust saved up, so if I need them,
Neji's actually a
make it.
whale, so if you wanted a deck, he would have it.
yeah,
Yeah,
true.
he is.
That's so
Neji
much
is the
He is not subscribed to the Church of the Zeti.
Neji is the Shamu of F2L Viridian.
I think we're also located in. Are we located in 3 different countries? 4 different countries? 3 continents?
2 continents, 3 countries. So
Yeah, that's it. Okay.
we were on the same continent at first, and 1 country or 2 countries, but then I moved. So I'm out in Sweden now. Rotted and Itachi and Ultimate are in the States. I know Rotted, you're in Oregon.
Ding, ding, ding. Correct.
Ultimate is somewhere in California, if I remember right. And then Itachi, you're down in Louisiana, right?
That's correct.
And then Neji, you're up in BC, in Canada? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we are all over the place. But we made it work.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it's just one big family.
Mm-hmm.
So,
All right. Well, that's all the questions we have for the interview.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So
Yeah.
this
I
whole
just
season.
want to say that the season was awesome. I think doing this show has been awesome. This is the last episode of the season for this show, and we'll see what the future holds. But
Yeah, this has
I
been
do
really
wanna-
exciting. So
yeah, this is. I
Oh
think.
yeah, when does the new season start? Do you guys know?
yes, actually, we should talk about that. So
Yeah. Go ahead.
captains have been announced, like literally an hour ago, basically, like
Yes.
right before the show. Captains are submitting teams already by email.
Yep.
If you're looking for a team, go into free agents and post there. There's still plenty
Yes.
of wild captains looking around. I believe they might consider getting one more captain as well.
They
I know
do.
they posted that.
There's 14.
Yep.
There's 14 teams, right?
Yeah. So they'll take another captain if anyone's interested. And then there's 3 weeks, I believe, until the next season. So
Yeah.
Wild
They
will be
said-
starting the week of the 21st. Oh, White Delight took
Yeah.
the 14th spot. Perfect. I thought White Delight didn't take it because he may or may not have had the team already worked out, but that's perfect. So, 14 teams. The season starts the week of the 21st.
Yep.
And
Well, they're in for the 21st.
I think it's confirmed now. So, we're going to start the 21st, and then the first set of matches is going to run over the course of 2 weeks. So you'll have 2 weeks to play your first match
What?
because of the
Just 'cause
holiday
Christmas.
season. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's just
That
to make it easy on everyone. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the plan.
All right. Well, that's exciting. I'm
Sounds like a
excited.
good plan.
I'm a little disappointed that Wild got a little smaller, but
Well, it's only
know,
one
I-
team. It means we have 2 conferences now, and things are a bit more even, I think.
I mean, it's gonna be what 7 teams per conference.
Yeah, which I think makes for a shorter season, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah, we had a
Shorter.
very long season.
Yeah,
we had
this was-
10 games, a 10-week original season.
Yes.
yeah, this was an incredibly long season. I mean, we outlasted everything else by like a few weeks. I mean, we outlasted Hero by like a month and a half.
A month, yeah, over a month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to say, it's been great working with, you, Marty, and you, Memnarch, this season. I think, you guys do a great job, and I'm happy for everybody who's watched this show, and it's been awesome. I think this show has been really fun to make this season. So, and I'm happy you guys came on. And I want to say, this championship, I think, I just want to say, my team, I'm really happy that we made it to the finals, and I think my team played awesome. We came together, and I just want to thank Matt at Arms for being a good captain, and Slight doing MTG Squirrel and Yada for just being awesome teammates.
Yeah, really thank all the captains for putting their teams together, coming around week in and week out, getting this working. And, thanks to the board for putting this together as well. It's been great. So I'm really looking
it's
forward to
been
next season.
Really terrific, yeah.
Yeah, and thanks for you guys for coming on. I really appreciate it. This has been fun.
Yeah,
I
so-
think unless we have anything else, I think we're getting to the end here.
Yeah, I think that wraps it up.
Yeah.
So, once again,
I just have one quick note to make.
Okay.
If I may, as a fair warning, I'm 100% as a winner when I play on the same team as NejiBoston for an entire season.
Yeah, watch out.
Let that be a warning in other series as well.
Oh God.
Yeah.
well,
What are you guys playing together in another series?
I will not confirm nor deny.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
only say we are playing together in Wild again next season. So
Gotcha.
yes, very exciting. So, thanks again. It's been great.
Yeah.
And we will see you guys around. Take care.
Yeah. Take care, everybody.
take care.